given opportunity. I always remind you. Now, here's the best part. With 3 daily draws, you never get to miss a chance. Start your morning with the exciting morning draws. Keep the child alive with the Star midday games and close the day in style with the Anajo Star draws. That's 3 opportunities you are given for you every day. From Monday to Sunday, you want to turn your dreams into reality. So don't wait at all. Whether it's building that new home, supporting your family, or chasing your personal goals, Van Lottery is the best lottery to stake. Join thousands of winners across the country this morning and make your dream come to reality. So today is Wednesday. We are looking at the Kashi Live Star Wednesday Anajo Star. So the Kashi Live Star Wednesday and Stand Wednesday Star Anajo Star. So these are the 3 opportunities we are given for you from Van Lottery. Don't wait for last minute. Please stake. And if you're looking to expand your business horizons while also enjoying a world-class travel experience, here's something you should note all the time. The Vanuatu Business and Pleasure Tour 2026 is bringing together business leaders, investors, and professionals for a unique blend of strategic engagement and leisure. Participants will take part in business forums, networking sections, and investment discussions, while also experiencing Vanuatu's rich culture, scenic islands, and tourism attractions. It is business with purpose and pleasure. Note, registration is currently ongoing for the Vanuatu Business and Pleasure Tour 2026. Think business, think leisure, think Vanuatu. Registration is currently ongoing. Just call Vanuatu Trade Commission Ghana on 0240 229 282 or 0544 626 905. Note, registration is first come, first service. So don't wait for last minute at all. Just get yourself registered with the Vanuatu Trade Commission. And how did you start your day? We will always remind you to start your day on a very good note. The mornings are very key. You need to start it on a very good note. But if you haven't had a cup of Misty Choco this morning, then you're truly missing out something so special. The rich new tasty Misty Choco is crafted to brighten your mornings and keep you refreshed all day long. Everything is right in there for you. Just add hot water, stir, and enjoy a warm, comforting cup of Mixie Choco. Now, for the coffee lovers, we are not leaving you out at all. Mixie has something special for you too. Mixie Coffee delivers a creamy, smooth coffee experience that keeps you energized for your everyday hustle. Honestly, just one sip and you're going to feel it very well. And guess what? There is more. Introducing the new delicious Mixie Strawberry, a sweet, exciting addition and one more reason you should love Mixie all the time. Start your day right away and start it with Mixie. Mixie, trying to hot. So if you're home watching us, if you're in the office watching us as well, get the coffee, the strawberry, or the choco. Share with your friends, your families, and your colleagues in the office and start your day on a very good note. And before we get to the headlines with our TT, let's see where the top stories are trending in the various newspapers this morning. So the Ghanaian Times newspaper this morning is saying 12.5 million Ghanaians food insecure. The Ghana Statistical Service report is saying that over there. And Speaker orders LGBT bill to be relayed in Parliament. Yes. And 190 lives lost during Boko mediation. President Mahama reaffirms path of law. So he had an engagement with them, the Regional House of Chiefs over there at the presidency yesterday. And Ayaso East seat, NDC clears Baba Jamal to contest. You can find the story on page 16. And government launches to recover Premix Fuel Fund. Yes. So just some other stories you can find in the Daily Graphic newspaper. The Observer Times newspaper says, Probe finds no case. Baba Jamal declared to contest Ayaso East by election. Yeah, so and Napo Baumia's victory. Napo credited by DMB Call Center for Strategic Support. And NIIF 2024 record and a leadership inflection point. You can find the story too on page 3 of the Observer Times. The Informer newspaper says Mahama tackles cocoa challenges today. So he's going to have a crunch meeting with cabinet. With the cabinet today. And Kumaksi is our road weighing exercise. National security linked to extortion. Yes, so the story too is over there on page 3 of the Observer Times. So this is some other news stories you can find in the various newspapers this morning. Don't miss any opportunities in the various newspapers this morning. Maltiti is already seated with our guest this morning to delve deeply into the various stories making headlines this morning. Stick with us with the Maltiti on the headlines.
Thank you so much, Valencia, for those big stories on the front pages that have been carried this Wednesday morning. It's the Fugu Wednesday. If you do not know, the Ministry of Tourism put out that presser yesterday that government has declared Wednesday as Fugu Wednesday. And so every Wednesday, you're supposed to be clad in your Fugu. I'm just going to get mine from Tamale, the female one, and I'm sure next week, Wednesday, you see me wearing that. But for Fridays, you know, we usually do the Ghana wear and the African wear. And my guests are seated at the table this morning to dive into the big issues. So on my immediate left is the Honourable Thomas Anaba, who is MP for Garu. He makes a return. Honourable, good morning. Welcome back to the table.
Good morning to you. Good morning to my co-panelists. Good morning to my cherished viewers. And also to my family. My sympathy to them. Last night we lost one of our family members. I wanted to clad myself with a white fugu this morning, but the news I received made me to change my mind. So I'm still in the fugu.
You're still in the fugu, but you're mourning.
I don't see why
our condolences.
Patronizing the minister's directives to wear fugu. So when
I'm sure they'll get there soon.
Yes, yeah, my condolences to the whole family. Yes, let's hold ourselves together, right?
Okay, our condolences to you as well. Lawyer Kwame Jantwa is a lawyer and a member of the CPP. He makes a return as well. Lawyer, good morning.
How are you?
I'm well.
Everything is well?
Yes, sir.
Good. You're looking...
Thank you. You're also in the Ghana way, so you're also looking very...
Yes, Ghana way.
Smashing.
We have to help Ghana to grow.
Okay.
So when it was very inspirational when the Zambians said what they said. That we're wearing blouse. But you could see...
For you, it was inspirational.
No, President Ham was looking nice in his...
In the blouse.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
You should patronize Ghana.
You should patronize. I think now the export duties on Fugu even have been removed, I believe. That's what I heard. Between the Zambian president. Yes. And so, if you are in the Fugu business, well, this is the time. The Zambians seem to be making a lot of purchases and others now.
And you know something, please, those who are doing Fugu, they shouldn't shoot the price up to prices we can't pay because we are now marketing it. They should be reasonable.
Understand the Ghana's market dynamics. Okay. The Honourable Alexander Kwesi Aka is MP for Achimba, and he also makes a return to the table. I got it, Honourable.
Yes, you did.
Good morning.
I'm happy and excited. Good morning.
Hope you're well.
Very well. I thought that government should do something about the elements in the production line of Fugu to make the cost a bit lower for the local market.
Right.
You know, so just as you were expressing that they shouldn't shoot the price up, I'm sure government will want to do something about it to make the price lower. The average Fugu ranges between 400 to 500 Ghana.
Can you imagine?
You know, so it is not easy to say you are declaring Wednesdays as Fugu Wear Day when you haven't done anything to reduce the prices.
But can you blame them? Our cotton industry is dead.
Yes, and so government should really think about doing something to improve, I mean, the production line so that it becomes a bit cheaper.
Right.
We've just mentioned, I mean, the average one is between 500. So if you want a more quality one, Doc knows it. I mean, he buys us for more than 1,000 cedis because he was a very quality one. But how many of us can afford and wear Fugu every Wednesday? For us members of parliament, I mean, it's become one of our, I'll call it uniform. It's so easier to just put it on and then be there.
And then you're gone.
So government should do something about it.
Okay, thank you for that
Fugu
call.
is royalty.
It is royalty.
It's royalty.
Yes.
And you know we have 3 ginneries in the Bron area just sitting doing absolutely nothing. The cotton industry is just there. And once you say these things, then you go back to see how best you can work towards it.
Okay.
Because you get 2, when you grow cotton, you can get 2 yields from 1 seed.
Oh.
There's a lot of business in it. So we should trigger that for us.
hopefully.
I think this is an opportunity for Ghana to take advantage
Yes.
for the government to really come up with policies to see how we can ginger the cotton industry.
The cotton industry was big.
I remember we used to load a lot of cotton in our house into trucks. But now everybody
Cotton Ghana was like cocoa board.
They've gone into farming of sorghum for breweries to brew beer.
That can kill us.
Yeah. That is it. They enjoy it. Everybody is what he wants to drink.
Absolutely.
In moderation.
Okay, thank you so much, gentlemen, for sharing your thoughts on this and the clarion call, Honorable Aqua, as well. Let's head straight into the OSP releasing Mr. Baba Jamal on the self-recognizance bill after the interrogation, and also the NDC clearing him to contest that by-election. The party says its laws do not provide for annulment of the primaries. We do know that he's been recalled, the president recalled him as the ambassador to Nigeria amidst the brouhaha of vote buying at the Ayawaso East elections. We spoke yesterday, if you followed the show, to even an anonymous caller who confirmed that he received that motorcycle and the television set, and, you know, the fallout from that election and what it means for our democratic dispensation, when we go to the polls to elect people genuinely on policies that they have campaigned on or induced by money. People are saying that sentiment is that the NDC, you know, is well in its purpose by putting on these sanctions, recalling him, showing that it stands by, you know, the rule of law and stands against vote buying, corruption, and whatever it is. Yesterday, the Corruption Perception Index for 2025 was released. Ghana went up just a point, 43 to 42. What does it mean for our anti-corruption fight when we tie it into all of this? Let me begin with you, Honorable Ranaba.
Thank you very much. With regards to the corruption index, I think it is reflecting that of last year. You know, we came to power last year, and then since then, much hasn't been done regarding the perception of the people. I think that if we have improved even 1 point up, it means that we have done something good, despite the fact one may see it to be 1 point. We've seen others go down. Which wasn't good. Let's hope that government so far hasn't recorded any serious or any, let me say, corruption issue that has attracted national interest. And I pray and I have firm conviction that it will continue same, because you can see the warning the president gave to appointees. Anyone who smells corruption will be leaving. And he has also warned that any department that doesn't hand over its audited report before the end of April would have serious problems with him. It means he's putting his eye on the ball when it comes to corruption. And I pray that the next corruption perception index would be improved, because even within NDC, you see how majority of our members have come out against what happened at this by-election. Everybody, majority were not happy about what happened, despite the fact that it is not something new in Ghana. We all know how our politics is played. It is because of the political culture of our country. We haven't gotten to the stage of some of the developed countries where lobbying and other things are done 5 days before an election. And we haven't got laws within our party constitutions that actually criminalizes vote buying or inducement or lobbying. Perhaps in future, with anti-corruption CSOs, we may finally have to incorporate this into the constitutions of the party.
And what's the Political Parties Act there for then? With the Electoral Commission, you agreeing to do elections free, fair, devoid of, you know, all of these machinations?
You know, politics is dynamic. It is not static. At first, we were voting with cardboards. We later on changed to plastic. Later on now is digital.
Okay.
The same way the laws governing every party, the constitution governing every party would have some transformation. Even our constitution, you see, we are trying to change it. The same way, if we are picking issues that are pointing to defects in the party's constitution, then we would have to modify it to meet the demand of the citizenry. So I don't think that it was done deliberate, that they shouldn't put laws there to ban something like inducements. Perhaps those days it wasn't inducement. I'm told sometimes they used to give people salt to go and vote, or even buy Maggie cubes and give to women to sway them to vote. Perhaps they saw it to be a need for the people, and once you are doing a social service,
that need could have been done after you won the election.
No,
or months even before the election.
My dear, I have done several things in Garu before I became MP. I was not doing it perhaps because of election. I even did it before even I contested.
So you didn't do it at the dawn of the polls.
It's not good to do it at the dawn of the polls. But you see, if you don't also support people, transport people to come to the polling station to vote, then you have a problem. You may have all the desire to help the people by going to parliament or by getting a position in the party. But if you don't also assist them, it becomes a challenge that they may be swayed, because that is the culture of this country in all the parties.
Is that a culture?
I don't think it's only NDC NPP. I think even CPP, I even think the GUM or even the Butterfly, everybody has to do something to help delegates. We have to have a culture that will change this. Abroad, let me tell you, people rather gather money. That is the difference. People gather money and give to candidates. And when the candidates finish, they give account of how they've used the money. Give it to the Auditor General. They'll have the list of names of people who have supported them.
Right.
And even the money that is left, they donate it either to charity or use it to do something. This is where I think we should get to. Anybody contributing to help any candidate or a political party, his name must appear in the party annual financial report, audit report, that this person contributed. And the parties too must be transparent in how they use monies donated to them. But until we get there, people will find a way of getting monies from candidates. It is not bad to finance people to go and vote. Even the US, people help people to go and vote. People transport people to go and vote. So if an individual wants to help a candidate, sometimes they give the money to the candidate. Take it. Help your people, because they don't have an accounting system in our parties.
What does it then become if Baba Jamal, in this case, is saying, his counsel is saying that he says that he has no knowledge of allegedly distributing items in his name? The kind of items he distributed, motorbikes, they'll say we peg one bike at 15,000 Ghana cedis. He shared over 100 of them. He shared television sets. He's been in office for just a year. Where did he get the money? All of these questions.
Look, let's put those things aside. To me, it is morally and ethically not good for us to induce people to go and vote. But it is a culture that we all have to work to eliminate. If we want to go only on Baba Jamal, I think even they just ended MPP parliamentary presidential something, then we may have to investigate all those things, and special prosecutor have to go in and investigate Bawumia. We remember in the 2020 elections or so, we let he bought how many 200 and something cars or something like that. Where did he get the money? Was he not in government? Baba Jamal just went to Nigeria. How many months? It's not up to 1 year. Do you think Baba Jamal didn't have money or don't have people who can support him to get that? Because he's been into politics not today. Baba Jamal in the, let me say, the early 2000s, there were the very few people who were jumping from radio station to radio station working for NDC. He has contested in national positions, and he has been a leader in NDC for long, and he has businesses, and he has friends who are businessmen. They can contribute. What I want to do, what I'm suggesting is that let's make contribution to political party legal but accountable.
Okay.
It should be legal but accountable.
Legal contributions but accountable. Now, John, do you agree with some sentiments that we should be worried about the kind of people who are going into our parliament and representing us now? Because all manner of people will get into the legislature because they have this financial muscle or capital that eliminates people who do not have godfathers or people who can finance them, like women, PWDs, and other demographics.
Good morning. You are predicating your question on the individuals who are going into Parliament.
Yes. And they do that on inducement.
Oh, on inducement?
Yes.
So you're trying to find out whether the culture of that person is right to be put in Parliament.
Absolutely.
I don't think that where the individual is concerned, there should be a question there. But it is wrong. What did my brother say?
He says it's the culture here, but we should get to the...
It is not in their constitution with regards to these things. But does my brother know, or has he heard of the Criminal Offences Act?
Yeah.
Sections 204 and 241 prohibits corruption in elections. It is wrong from the word go. It shouldn't be encouraged. Is it a culture? Is it a culture? Is it really a culture? I don't see it as a culture. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. And that mindset has to stop. Because do you know what it's doing? It's eating into our democracy. The next thing you see, you get criminals in Parliament. And it behoves on all of us, including my party, NPP, NDC, GUM, all those parties, to sit together and say this thing should stop. Look, the NDC were caught between a rock and a hard place. Really. Looking at the time scale the elections were going to come on, and the fact that to annul it right now would be difficult for them to present someone. So they've done what? They have passed the one who won, Baba Jamal. But I expected that after that, those who came, those who they interviewed, all the candidates they interviewed, and those who said yes, they induced, there has to be some punishment.
Okay.
There has to be some punishment. Ghanaians need to see that this is wrong.
Right.
I would have preferred a situation where this now becomes a stepping stone to deal with this canker. Where political parties would now say, this is wrong, irrespective of whether it's the NDC or MPP, it is wrong. It happened in the MPP. And you see, sometimes it's difficult to be able to identify whether it's happened or not, till the people themselves come and tell you that this one brought this one brought this one brought this. That's the confirmation.
Right. Glaringly.
And when you have respectable people, people who have been vice presidents, people who have been ministers, people who have held the highest offices in this country, the people are saying they brought X, they brought Y, they brought it. What is the mindset of those people by doing that? Why can't we say, tell the people, whether you vote for me or you don't vote for me, I'm not paying you a dime. And if it's a collective thing, do you think they won't go and vote? Don't you think it will shift the goalpost into doing the right thing?
You hear the voters say that when they finish voting for them, they don't see them. And so it's better they collect it now. Yesterday, a lot of callers...
It's because of the way we see posts in this country.
Culture.
It's because of the way... Look, you call it a culture. It is a habit. It's because of the way we see posts in this country. So somebody gets into Parliament. Parliamentarians don't think Parliament is a place where you can make money.
Okay.
Parliamentarians feel that we'll get in there and we can put into the executive. So they go in, okay, do the thing that they have to do, then the president sees them, then they put them in there. The moment they get in there to become what? Minister or what? Then they come and sit on our necks. Don't you think it would be good? And look, this finance minister who was in President Kufuor's finance minister, the one who died. No.
The one who went to South Africa and died.
The one who went to South Africa and died. Barredu. What? If you go, Barredu gives you an appointment and you are there on time and he's in a meeting, you know what he will do? He will come out and apologize to you. So, Mr. Janto, I'm in a short meeting. Please wait for me and go back in.
Right.
Because look, you are there to serve the people. And as politicians, we should always remember that. We are there to serve. It's there for 4 years. 8 years is not mandatory. It's not something that you can even get. 4 years. You are not there to become Chechahini on the people. You are there to serve. However, what happens? Do you have a 4-wheel drive? Do you have a 4-wheel drive?
I have.
Do you do one and try and rush through traffic?
I don't have the habit.
You should rather be the one who makes sure that traffic regulations are what? Abided by. Do they do it?
So what happens if he's found guilty, or if he's found to have committed any criminal offense by the special prosecutor Baba Jamal in this case? What happens?
What do you think will happen? Is this new? Is it new? Is this something that has never happened in Ghana before? I'll give you a typical example of the Auditor General's report. When the Auditor General comes to Parliament and he says all the things that have gone wrong in the institutions, what happens? Look through this Fourth Republic. Who has been taken on for all those infractions? It's now that President Mahama is trying to put his foot down and make sure that the Auditor General's report, anybody found in offense of it, would be dealt with. Other than that, who has done it?
Right.
We should stop taking the people for granted, and the people too should remember that,
Because they are the receivers. They enable the politicians to do that.
Exactly. But you see, we haven't been able to create the kind of employment that this country needs. What were we talking about, Fugu?
Right.
What were we talking about, Fugu? There's a start point and there's an end point. The start point is getting the raw material and getting the skill to do the Fugu. Don't we have to look at, okay, if that is the case, we are marketing a particular product of our country. How do we start it? Look at cocoa. Look at cocoa today.
Farmers are threatening to sell their farms to galamseyers.
Added value cocoa makes more money than cocoa beans. Makes more money than cocoa beans. What's happening? And when we go out and take money, syndicated loan for cocoa, we clap. Is that not a loan? Is that not a debt? So how should we look at the cocoa? I mean, for me, some of the things that happen are triggers for us to say, we can't go down this line again.
It's enough.
What can we do to make sure that we don't go down this line again?
Okay.
And I'll end by saying, you know, there's a company in this country who takes the white sap from the cocoa bean to do juice in this country. In this country.
Is it Koa? I think.
Koa. Have you had it before? And you know, they have gone into partnership with a Swiss company. And this is from the cocoa bean.
Yeah.
And now the Swiss themselves, seeing that, have realized that the cocoa pod has a lot of nutrition. So they are at the present moment looking at ways of adding value to the cocoa pod. And they are sitting here.
All goes at Greek waste. Honorable Aka,
Yes.
do you agree with sentiments that the president has been proactive by recalling Baba Jamal, even before all of the invitation by the special prosecutor and all of that?
Well, before I get into that, let me take this opportunity to correct something that lawyer Jantua said. The Auditor General has been very actively surcharging offenders and retrieving money during the NPP term of office.
Don't let us politicize this.
No, you mentioned it is
Don't
only...
politicize it.
Lawyer,
It has happened
you
through
mentioned
the
that
Fourth
it is
Republic.
only President Mahama, and I want to put it on record that between June 2017 and November 2018, the Ghana Audit Service issued 112 surcharge certificates and recovered 67.3 billion Ghana cedis into government coffers. So let's put that on record.
Okay.
Yes, let's put that on record. That
Right.
I mean, if people are surcharged, the Auditor General goes ahead to make sure
Is it really surcharging
they retrieve.
we want?
That's why
They retrieved.
Is that what we're looking for?
I believe Lawyer Jantua expected
want
people to
punishment.
go into behind
Punishment.
bars.
Yes.
Well,
That
so
is theft.
let's push.
That is theft.
Okay.
Let's push for that.
Corruption
But
is
when-
theft.
When we're talking about retrieval of monies
Monies.
that have been
not
wrongfully
enough.
taken
My brother, it's not enough.
during the NPP government, that was the quantum that was retrieved.
Okay.
Now, you said President Mahama what?
I was saying that the recalling of Baba Jamal, you know, there were calls for him to have resigned before he even waded into the contesting.
You know, when we say this government is a government of opposites, many people will come at us. But clearly, gradually, Ghanaians are getting to know the real reset agenda. I mean, because a lot of things were not done well for some time now, it becomes easier for this government to raise our hopes, and then they bring it down at a point that you don't expect. A lot of people are so disappointed in the NDC and in the government. The way they brought this thing up, like Lawyer Jantua said, we thought there was going to be an opportunity for us to start talking about monetization of our politics. Because, I mean, the energy the party wrote, the president recalled him, you know, which was going to be automatic because the fact that he's won an election, the primaries, and the election was going to be in the next 2 weeks or so, it would definitely have to be recalled. You know, so, but you see, this government would always do things to let Ghanaians know that, look, they are so holier than thou. But it comes up and you know that the election was so closer, your constitution doesn't give any space for an annulment, and you are definitely going to get into litigation if you took any decision. But you still went ahead and set up a committee and gave people hope.
So that committee will amount to nothing.
Nothing.
The OSP's investigation will amount to nothing.
It's been the thing this government does, just to raise people's hope, as if they're doing something, but nothing.
You don't believe in the office of the special prosecutor?
No, you see, now the NDC has cleared their candidates. The ruling government has said that their candidate, whether he was wrong or not, Baba Jamal himself owned up to those allegations. He said on live TV that what is wrong if he gave television sets. Now he goes to OSP and said, I didn't give any gift. How do we marry the two? He said it. That I have 2.5 million that I give out as soft loans to people. So what is wrong? Then he goes to OSP. And look, I'm wondering how Baba Jamal is going to work with the majority group. If he wins, we know he's not going to win. But if he wins, how is he going to work with the majority when the whole majority went against him? And a gift that the majority had gone to give to the widow was seen as a form of a support for the elections. Look, it's about time this government takes Ghanaians seriously. I mean, do not just keep raising our hopes about the fact that certain things are going to be changed, and then you now come back to the reality and say, oh, we have cleared him. So now what happens to OSP and its investigations?
You don't believe that if he finds him culpable of any offenses, he will still serve, you know, the punishment?
Well,
or the legal recourse?
Well, I think that once the government has cleared, the party has cleared him as their candidate, you have, in a way, tightened the hands of the OSP.
How so?
The OSP is supposed to be an independent.
Absolutely, and that's the calls that are being made.
I use the word it's supposed to be an independent institution. But when the OSP arrested Martin Kpebu, the whole majority leader and the chief whip within a matter of a week or two had put together a motion to oust the OSP. Totally disband the OSP until the president intervened. The whole majority leader and the chief whip didn't think that the OSP was so necessary because Martin Kpebu had been arrested. Now we should scrap OSP.
So you believe there will be some influence of the OSP?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That if the president had not intervened, if the president had not interceded, now the OSP would have been outlawed because of their numbers in Parliament. They are just abusing their numbers.
Okay. And I want to ask, Lajanta mentioned how it goes way back. The rest is ugly head in presidential primaries. The monetization of it. What do you say?
You see, we need to have a conversation. I read a post from Ras Mubarak, who was saying that the NDC had got into a stage where they used the rank and file of the party as their electoral college.
Okay.
Every card-bearing member of the NDC could vote for the primaries.
Right.
And then after one election, which allowed him to go into parliament, which enabled him to be in parliament, I mean, they changed that system and decided to go back to the delegate system. Mm-hmm. And because of that, I'm sure he couldn't have the money to pay, so he lost that election. And when he complained, he was said to be a bitter loser. I think that we need to have a conversation. We have had a limited expansion in NPP, so we used it in our elections.
Right.
I mean, the last elections, and it's going to be what will happen in the future elections. So definitely we need to have a conversation. Okay. And so for a government that preaches reset, and you see in all the communications, all the communique of the NDC and the government, they mention the reset. And that's what I'm saying, that they are just using the reset to blind all of us, to make us think that they have something to offer. But you see, they have to be smart to know that Ghanaians are getting to know that all these things reset, they are all sham.
Okay. I want you to tie in.
Can I just read?
Okay.
Just let you finish.
Before we move to the cocoa,
Yes.
You can go ahead.
My small research I did, I think it will help with the discussion if I can read it out.
Right.
It says Ghana's Criminal Offences Act, specifically sections 240 and 241, prohibits corruption in elections, including vote buying. According to the Act, offering or receiving money, gifts, or promises in exchange for votes is considered corruption and is punishable by law.
Okay.
However, there is a notable gap in the law. It only applies to public elections and doesn't explicitly cover intra-party elections. This means that while vote buying is a crime in general elections, it's not explicitly criminalized in party primaries or internal party contests.
Right.
Pressure groups like Occupy Ghana are pushing for amendments to extend the law to cover intra-party elections, arguing that vote buying undermines democratic integrity and accountability.
Okay.
This now puts the question in the laps of Parliament.
Right. Okay.
So, parties feel we can do it. The criminal code that covers these offences is not explicit in inter-party elections.
And it falls on the hands or the laps of the very people who go to be elected by the delegates.
Yes, and so they can say, oh yeah, we gave gifts. And nobody can do TA to them.
You see,
until they amend it.
The definition says that giving out money or something in exchange of vote. How to establish this is going to be.
That was the point of Baba Jamal. He said he gave gifts.
Yes,
but to let the gift influence your votes, you didn't have any control over it.
That's what he said. Control over it.
Giving people outside their
psychological.
Baba Jamal
if it's not a culture.
Gifts or money before. Has he helped people before in that?
He says he has 2.5 billion as given in numbers.
How do you draw the line?
You know what I am saying? That's why I said it is a culture. You know what? The receivers are there,
and the givers are there,
and the givers are there, and we are all look. We all in Ghana.
Will not receive.
There is an.
And so NDC should not come and pontify and say that they are the holier than thou. They are going to ban it. They are going to make it work, and then within 2 3 days, turn around and come and say it's impossible.
There is an event.
Okay.
What is the event? Elections.
Yes.
At what point was the gift given?
The timing.
The timing.
The timing is what has been at the crux
that is
of all
where
of
the
this.
perception now comes in
That it was intended to influence the vote. At dawn, before the election, people were going in to receive.
And you see,
you don't do it at all.
And you see,
that's what I heard.
You heard?
Yes.
You heard.
And they were giving God eggs at
That's
dawn?
what allegedly.
Allegedly.
Giving God eggs.
No, you are right. They do it at dawn.
You don't do it, eh?
But you see, the thing is that it is not the Baba Jamals of this world who will go and give. They have people who will do it. Are you trying to tell me they don't know who spent that money? And if anybody is even doing it on your behalf, won't you try and find out who this person is and stop the person? Okay.
What has to move to the Cocoa Board? Dr. Naba.
My colleague made mention of NDC people are not right in what we are doing. We are
trying to be holier than thou, but you turn around.
Look, the president removed the gentleman from his position. No one petitioned him because he saw that something morally, ethically was not right. To have somebody that accusing of having been involved in something that everybody considered immoral or unethical, the president has the right. He didn't wait for anybody to call him to do that. I remember MPs like him wrote a petition to remove a minister in this country. Instead of the president complying and removing that minister to save Ghana, he rather punished those who petitioned him to remove that person by making most of them to lose their primaries.
How do you establish that?
These are allegations.
It's not allegations
that you are throwing in.
All what we are saying are also allegations. You see?
Absolutely, they are also allegations.
Most of the MPs who wrote the petition to remove Ken Ofori-Atta never came back to Parliament. They never came back. They cried on TV and we all saw them. This is a president that heard about an allegation. He heard about an allegation and asked to recall his ambassador. That's a president who is ready to crack down on any unethical and corruption acts in this country. You must praise him.
It doesn't dismiss.
On one hand, crying that the OSP is not independent. Meanwhile, the same president people wanted to sack the OSP.
He cited scenarios
to defend the OSP.
He cited scenarios why he believes that the OSP may not be independent or may be influenced.
Were they influencing him? That's why they influence him, and then
I just mentioned to you that the OSP arrested Martin Kpebu, and then by the next day or two, they were moved to oust him. And to ban the OSP.
Dr. Naba, does this dismiss the fact that the president may have known that Baba Jamal was going to win the election, and so recalling him was not needed because he would have resigned or still left the ambassadorial position to become the MP?
Is the president Musa Dankwa? How can he know that Baba Jamal is going to win an election? He did what he's supposed to do. If it considered that the gentleman won, and the party realized that, look, we can't cancel the election because of challenges that we all know, and besides that, there is no explicit law to say that you should sack the person in the party constitution. Which law are you going to grant on for him to take the party to court?
So why
he wouldn't have gone back to the ambassadorial position.
No, whatever it was, the president did his job. And anybody who even called for anybody to be removed has the right politically and legally to call for the OSP
so
to be removed.
So for you, there were no petitions, and so it's not optics.
That is it.
Okay, let me move to the cocoa now,
one
gentlemen.
I want to find out, as my brother was talking, it crossed my mind.
Right.
Was it right for Baba Jamal to be given such a prestigious position as an ambassador and decide to come and stand?
So it's a question.
Well, so I will answer that one. I will answer that one. I think we're looking for an answer.
Please let Janto land.
I want to answer that.
We have just a few.
I will answer.
To the cocoa.
If the president sees in him that go to Nigeria because you're the best man to do that job for us,
right?
Is it right for him to say, no, I want to be a parliamentarian? It could be his right.
Because
was
it the right decision to have?
That, for me, that is a slap in the president's face.
Okay, so lawyer, because the government is going to leave office in 2028, and if the government loses, Baba Jamal would have lost out in politics. If he comes to contest and remains an MP, I mean, that is a seat fairly for...
Yes, because in 2028, he will contest the again.
Yes, they'll come
back to contest in 2028.
Baba Jama himself knows that the government is going to lose in
practically 3 years. Baba Jama will practically have 3 years.
The government is going to lose in 2028. And so he wants to secure himself in Parliament.
Okay, so that far outweighs the ambassadorial position. Even though Rajan Fabulika was slapped in the president's face, Cocoa Board, and the pain of the LBCs to clear the areas
for cocoa farmers.
The Cocoa Board?
Yes,
okay.
Cocoa Board.
And I'm beginning with you. There's that crunch cabinet meeting today. The president wants answers to this whole cocoa crisis issue, and the LBCs have been speaking. They said, you know what, this dates back. It's happened in 2022, 2023, when they were even owed 9 months, and cocoa farmers were complaining and crying. But this time around, the dynamics are changing because of the whole research agenda and all of that. The research agenda, I should say. Let me begin with you, Honorable Akwa.
You see, I have a problem when this government feels in one way or the other. Quickly, they want to refer to times past, forgetting that it was a reason some governments were moved out of office and they were brought in. They raised the hope of people, told cocoa farmers we're going to pay you 6,000. Ghanaians, the MPP government is not treating you well. We are going to pay you this amount of money. Immediately they got into office, they now came and said we are not able to pay you that amount because we have been able to manage the exchange rates, and so the dollar is down, and so we can't pay you that amount of money. Disappointing cocoa farmers. If you knew that you were going to work on the exchange rates, and the exchange rate had automatically, not by any gimmicks, gone down, then you could have told the farmers when we were campaigning that we are not able to pay you this amount of money. And so they have no choice. They have to take it as it is. And after taking it as it is, normally they take their monies around October, November, and get themselves prepared for Christmas.
Right.
November, there hasn't been any payment. December, January, February. I mean, if government is saying that it has actually worked on inflation and inflation is down, it's because you haven't paid the cocoa farmers.
Right.
Because if you pay the cocoa farmers, these are people who want to spend. That's their livelihood.
Do you agree? Do you agree?
If you pay the cocoa farmers, inflation will go up.
Yes, most likely.
How?
Because there will be expenditures. They will spend.
But I've heard that I've heard that there are issues, there are debts and all of that in Cocoa Board before this government took over, and monies that were supposed to have gone into some swollen shoot disease and all of that. What was given versus what was spent, what was looted, is what has metamorphosized into what we're seeing today. You don't agree?
One cardinal point that we want to raise in this whole issue is the fact that there are governance issues. The Cocoa Marketing Company has a chief executive.
Right.
And we have Cocoa Board chief executive. Normally the two put together form a committee with some other members. Now, these are all appointees of the president. And you definitely know Cocoa Board has a superior hand. But now you have as chief executive of CMC also coming to say, I'm also an appointee of government. And so that boardroom wrangling made Cocoa Board to skip a moment where they were supposed to have decided, take critical decisions. You understand?
Okay.
So those moments were missed, and now cocoa prices are falling. And you see, sometimes, karma is always described as in a certain terms, because we were talking about Russia, Ukraine and COVID as one of the things that bedeviled our government. Now, Cocoa Board and the chief executive and government appointees have the audacity to tell us that we are not able to pay these people. Cocoa prices, Ghana cocoa prices are more expensive than the world market. So all of a sudden we have the world economy having effects on our local economy. You want us to believe that? So we are hoping that by the time the crunch meeting is over, the president would have been able to settle who has the power over determining, forming the committee that determines the cocoa prices,
right,
and take a bold decision whether to reduce the farm gate prices or whether to find money and cushion the cocoa farmers, which is an episode that we have dealt with before. At a point in time when we were in government, prices were so low, much more than what we were offering. But government had to find money to cushion the cocoa farmers. Because these are people who have held us up as a nation for a very long time. I mean, cocoa farmers are telling you this is the first time. This is the first time they haven't been paid for a very long period.
Okay.
And look at, I mean, for me as a member of parliament, I've had to put in place a measure to sort out cocoa farmers who are in need. Some, they need 1,000, 1,500 to go to hospital. Some need about 2,000 to take their kids to school and all that. I have put in place some social intervention measures to make sure I support these people.
Okay.
This has never happened before, that a member of parliament would have to come and intervene in the payment.
Because these were the rich guys, you know, when cocoa was cocoa.
Yes. And now, what has happened? What has happened? That is the reset agenda we're getting. We were promised. We promised them to increase their emoluments, their payments, and then you get into office, you have failed to do that. And then you are not even paying the small amount you promised them.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Honorable Akwa. It's a whole issue. I remember the issue about scholarship for cocoa farmers' children and all of that as well, the welfare of cocoa farmers.
They promise scholarship and all that.
Ajanta, the corporate communications director of Cocoa Board, he's been speaking, Jerome, and he's saying that, you know what, they are making payments of the arrears and they're going to find a way to put together a payment module so that they do not have such long delays or recurrence of this again.
That is where the situation is. Delays. And why are there delays? There are delays because there's not sufficient money in the system to pay the farmers. But the question I ask is that, don't you plan? And you can realize that this has hit hard because we are in the IMF.
Right.
Before, what would we do? We go for loan to cushion us and then use that to pay.
Yeah.
Even that, there were delays. But there is a much larger discussion we need to have. And that larger discussion has got to do with, why are we still exporting raw beans? Why? After how many years? Why?
Right.
Look, I'm a cocoa farmer now.
Oh, okay.
Because my father left us a huge cocoa farm in Nkawie.
How is it going? Are the Galamseyers asking to buy your land?
Oh, the Galamseyers would like to come on there because it's proven that there's gold on that land.
Okay.
And as a family, we are resisting.
Even though you make more here?
We don't want... No, it's not a question of money. For me, it's a question of Ghana.
Because unfortunately, that's what the farmers are saying.
Listen.
That we will sell our farms to the Galamseyers.
Means that we are able to structure Galamsey well and make it a profitable business, then people can go into it and create businesses and give government the taxes that are due them.
Right.
But for me, I believe cocoa has looked after this country for a long time. And my question is, why are we still exporting beans?
When I hear that there are markets that are looking for cocoa in its various forms, as you have mentioned, the pod.
Once upon a time, I used to export in the 90s coverture. You know what coverture is? Once the cocoa bean has been harvested, it's turned into liquid. And it's through the liquid that you do what? You get chocolates. So I was getting it from cocoa processing in Tema.
Okay.
And I was exporting it into the UK. It was profitable. Wow. But what happened? They couldn't sustain supply. So the business stopped. Don't you think if we are able to create industries, chocolate industries like we have in Tema, there's one in Tema, Cadbury, and the other one,
Golden Tree?
No.
Okay.
Is it Niche?
Niche, yes.
Niche. Yeah. If we are able to create companies like that, there will be a problem for cocoa farmers. Yesterday, I listened to what you call it, Joseph PM Express.
Right.
And there was the LBC
president. He was
president there. And he was saying how they help cocoa farmers.
Yeah.
He was saying how they help cocoa farmers. And don't you think if we are able to convert our beans into liquor,
yeah,
it makes more money than exporting beans.
Cocoa liquor.
Apart from that, chocolate makes billions of dollars than any other commodity in the world.
Absolutely.
Have we been able to eat in our own cocoa golden tree? Have we been able to market it? Look, anytime I travel, I buy 2-3 boxes of cocoa golden tree. Then when I get to my end, I give it to the air hostesses as a Ghanaian thing, and they love it. They taste their milk chocolate and they taste Ghana's cocoa. They say, the cocoa is better in this one. Have we been able?
But the Swiss chocolate is said to be the best in the world.
But it is milk chocolate.
Yes, and it's marketed.
It is milk chocolate.
Yes.
There's a little bit of cocoa in there. Ours is pure cocoa. And they say, wow, this is nice. Have we been able to market it? Even Valentine's Day coming today, on Saturday, we call it Chocolate Day. Have we been able to market it? Because the perception, and look, I don't want to spoil anybody's business. The perception is that we sell it in the streets. Hawkers sell it. So it isn't anything that we should be serious about. Have you seen them sell Cadbury chocolate in the streets? So it goes to show we should give importance to these things. And we should move from exporting beans to adding value. And in adding value, you create businesses in country. The money that is paid, what happens, goes into our banks. Our banks now can give loans to people doing businesses. So let's stop this particular thing we are doing. Look, the debt streams from legacy debts coming. All the parties have been part and parcel of this legacy debt. We've got to a point, and I hope this meeting that the president is going to have will bring out conclusive decisions to move the industry forward. And I'll end by saying, there are 3 commodities in this country that can look after this country without problems: cocoa, gold, and oil. We have it. The only thing is that we are not adding value.
Which oil are you talking about, though? Is it the crude oil or the palm oil? Okay.
Palm oil is
palm oil. Yes.
Yes, because
all the others are top up.
The Malaysians, right?
If cocoa has been able to look after Ghana all these years, we now have oil, we have gold in abundance. What are we sitting there doing?
Thank you.
And then you go to Dubai and they tell you they've added what you call it, to our gold, and they move our dictating to us. We are sitting on the gold. Come on.
Thank you, Lawyer Jantua. Dr. Anaba, this crunch meeting, Honorable Akwa has said that, the way your government spoke, you have the solutions. The farmer will be better off today. The farm gate prices and all of that. And today, this is where we are.
Sure, we have the solutions, and we will find solutions to all these problems. Towa had no solution. We found solution to it. We're a party that finds solution, and I think my senior man here would bear witness. The president has called for a meeting to talk on the cocoa board issue, and I bet you solutions will come. But let me explain something small. My colleague knows very well that it is not because NDC came to power that caused or that mismanaged cocoa board to send it to the lowest level at which it finds itself today. There are 3 main issues that Randy, the CEO, explained to Ghanaians, which I want to explain it in a very simple terms for people to understand.
Okay.
They have this, what we call the forward sale contract. It's just like you are selling this water. I am selling this water. And you give me money at today's price that I should produce 1 million bottles for you at 2 cedis.
Okay.
And I take that money, and I'm supposed to produce the water and give it to you. But after next week, the cost of producing this bottle of water becomes 5 cedis. You have already paid me for 1 million bottles.
For 2 cedis worth of the water. Okay.
It means that I'll have to incur a debt to honor my obligation of the contract I signed with you. This is what the previous CEO and the previous board signed with contractors outside this country to provide some number of tons of cocoa for them at a price which was lower. But because they signed on quantities, not using the price, we have to give the quantities that they signed for to them, irrespective of whatever cost the cocoa ton is costing. So if the prices go down, Cocoa Board will benefit. If the cost of producing cocoa, the price goes down, Cocoa Board will benefit. If the price goes up, Cocoa Board will lose. So Cocoa Board is losing money because of the forward sale contract in the first place. That is one reason why. That is one reason why we cannot get cocoa to give to those people. The second thing is that the amount of cocoa we're producing in this country has gone down. The amount of tons of cocoa we're producing has gone down significantly because of the swollen shoot disease.
Okay, not galamsey.
No, I'm coming. Did I say exclusive?
No, he didn't say exclusive though. I was just asking.
You see, you know your problem.
I was asking. Okay.
The swollen shoot disease is something that devastates the cocoa farms. And every government does its best to keep fumigation going on, to keep the swollen shoot trees cut down and bent, to ensure that it doesn't spread.
Okay.
Gracefully, they went for a loan to clear
the
several acres of the diseased farms.
Yeah.
What did they do with it? They rather chopped the money and did less than 1/4 of it, and now forcing Cocoa Board to run at a loss. Now the farmers are not able to produce enough cocoa because of the disease. So the cocoa price will definitely what? Go up.
Dr. Naba, if you talk like this, you make the cocoa farmers angry.
Please, I'm not making any cocoa farmer angry. It is your government that failed to help the cocoa farmers maintain their farms and increase yield. That should be blamed. It's not NDC government.
Yes, but okay. Honorable Akwa has said,
but
you have the solutions, you say.
Let me come.
Okay.
Let me come. Besides that, you decide to order cocoa juice sacks.
This is the third point.
Cocoa juice sacks at quantities that can serve the country even for 10 years. When you know your production is falling, why do you go and order sacks instead of using that money to rather treat the farms to grow more cocoa so that you can export and pay your debts that you have signed a forward sale contracts? You are rather buying sacks. Do what with the sacks? Are you going to use the sacks, empty sacks, to pay for the cocoa?
So there's something tangible to show what the money was used for. They did not. No.
There's nothing tangible.
You just said they've ordered sacks.
Look, they have done the audit and they've seen that a lot of money has gone into it. The money that was meant to be used to treat the swollen shoot disease has not been used.
And what you used to order for sacks?
They rather use it for sacks. So what have you done to the country? You've done nothing. You can go and buy a car when you don't have passengers. You don't have passengers, you go and buy cars and fill the road, you don't have passengers. How are you going to make the money? You can't make the money. We have the solution because our government has decided to call a meeting to find a solution to it. And anytime JM calls for something like this, you know definitely something will come out.
Okay.
And I know something will definitely come out. Your former CEO reset. Yes, it's a reset. That's why we are resetting the country. Your former CEO and his board mismanaged Cocoa Board to an extent that today they owe almost 30-something billion.
Thank you so much.
To producers.
Thank you.
And we're still paying the cocoa farmers. We were still paying the cocoa farmers. We didn't have any point where we were not paying them.
How much did you leave?
Lawyer Kwame Jantwa is a lawyer and a member of the CPP, and the Honorable Alexander Kwesiaka is MP for Achimda. Thank you, gentlemen.
We don't want to manufacture our own sacks.
Because of procurement.
Well, that's quite unfortunate. Thank you so much, gentlemen. That's it for the headlines. I am out. We're back with more on GTV Breakfast this day. The cocoa will still be this.